GF quit her job after getting a $60,000 check. Now she has nothing. I 27M and my GF 31F have been together for almost 2 years. We have always gotten along great, and everyone always says, we're perfect for each other. Last May she informed me she was getting a settlement check on her birthday for an accident that happened when she was a kid. She disclosed that it was almost $60,000. She always wanted to be a tattoo artist, so she decided she was going to quit her job and do tattoos full time. I took a job closer to her and intentionally was just roughly $30K more a year, so was a good job. To save on gas and not drive an hour to work. When my lease ran up, I moved in with her in her apartment. She only had a few months left on her lease, so in October we leased a house together. Every time we'd speak finances, she's always promised she'd have her portion paid. I make good money, but I don't make support someone else's dreams, a household and my own dreams kind of money. I never second-guessed or questioned anything. She is paid a somewhat fair portion. Rent was $5,050, but I pay for all of the utilities and other stuff. Groceries are hit or miss. I'd say 75% of the time she'd buy groceries but her. And I have different priorities when it comes to where we shop. I am an Alda Save a Lot shopper, and she's a Giant Eagle, Trader Joe's shopper. Her not working, she usually beats me to the grocery shopping. This is important. This has come up again later. I have always lived within my means and cheap. I was able to survive this economy with a take-home of $32,000 before her and I met. I have nice things, but I don't overdo it. Over the course of our relationship, I have worked my tail off, whether it be side jobs or making career changes. I make almost $50,000 more a year now vs when we met. I am very humble and thankful for what I make and what I am able to do, but I'm still doing side hustles just to make some extra cash flow. All she does is tattoos. It's been almost a year, and she is doing really well tattoo-wise. But business-wise, she is not treating it like a business at all. More of a hobby that makes a couple extra bucks here and there. I am an operations manager, so I try and give her business tips and advice when she asks. She doesn't do anything I suggest. Last month, I started to see some things that are off. She kept getting phone calls from random numbers and noticed some behavioral cues that were off. I was worried about her and her mental health. She has no friends at all and only hangs out with her mom and stays at the house most of the time. So only social interaction she has is with me or some of her family. I have a lot of friends and I am a very social person. I love to network. I asked her what was going on and asked her why she was getting phone calls. She had a hunch it was debt collectors. Turns out my hunch was right. She maxed out her credit cards. I told her I was concerned about her well-being and asked her where she was at money-wise. She turned it around into me being the bad guy for having concerns and promised me 50x her portion would be paid. Still pissed off at me and trying to gaslight me into it being my problem. Me don't put up with that. Fast forward to last week. She tells me we need to talk. I'm making dinner and ask her about it. She tries to beat around the bush. I was upfront and told her we are a couple and need to talk about it no matter how uncomfortable it makes us feel. She tries to beat around it still by nonchalantly asking me to pay this month's bills in total of $2,500. I then inform her what the amount was and ask her, how did we get in this situation? Only asking so we can come to a resolution. She kept using her spending money on groceries as an excuse. She has bought some stuff for the house, but most of it was stuff for her, and she did buy a washer and dryer. She wanted a $2,500 washer-dryer set. I did not. I'm pretty mechanically inclined, and I was more than happy to get a $500 washer-dryer set off of Marketplace. She refused, so I gave her $500 for her $2,500 washer-dryer set. I just thought it was a stupid purchase to spend that kind of money. The whole conversation turned into a competition. Everything she said was, I this and I that. And with me it's, we this and we that. As we are a team, and it should not be a competition. I realized where I stand when she tried tallying points on what she has paid for, completely ignoring all I do and pay for. She stormed off and tried to gaslight me yet again. Still not falling for it, I was firm and told her to stop gaslighting, turning her situation into my problem, or trying to say it's my fault. We ended up apologizing and trying to talk it out. Few days go by, and it's eating me away. Thoughts like, is she really this financially responsible? She refuses to get a full-time job and do tattoos on the side. She wants tattooing to be her full-time thing. I ask her how the job hunt's going and tell her it's been eating me up. Turns into the same conversation. I never reviewed an apology for her being irresponsible. All I wanted was her to air out her own solitudes, but instead I got nothing but excuses. She then tries comparing her irresponsibility to me getting laid off from my job or her getting sick to me. That is apples to oranges. One is quitting your job and blowing $60,000 in less than a year, and the other are things that you cannot control. I love her and care about her, but I feel disrespected. I intentionally did not talk to her for a few days, and honestly don't think we can overcome this, and TK, be frank. I am not going to feel guilty or take responsibility for things I didn't do. I have goals and ambitions and honestly don't need someone to drag me down. It takes a lot for me to get stressed and anxious, and I want to rip the band-aid off so I don't stress myself out. Obviously, I am not perfect, and of course I have made my fair share of mistakes, but I really don't think they compare at all. Wonder what someone else will do in my situation.